This is the PKF Texas Entrepreneurs Playbook. I'm Russ Capper, this week's guest host, and I'm here with Brian Baumler, Energy Practice Leader at PKF Texas and the chair of the upcoming 14th Annual Houston CPA Society Energy Conference. Also with us is Casey Stewart, Chief Accounting Officer of Deep Gulf Energy Companies and Coordinating Director of the Energy Committee for the chapter. Guys, welcome to the Playbook.
Pleasure to be here, Russ.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so I want to talk about the upcoming conference. But before we get there, I still think it must be kind of extraordinary times to be an accountant in the oil and gas space.
Very interesting times for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot going on in the industry. People think oil goes from $100 a barrel down to $26 a barrel, and we stop. Well, actually, there's a lot of activity going on.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine maybe the accountant activity picks up.
Yeah, we've definitely seen some. We've seen others looking for different cost options in the services they're receiving and exploring opportunities with different accounting firms for sure.
Okay, and there might be M&A opportunities that you get involved in as well. Is that right?
That's right, Russ. We're seeing deals all across the industry, whether it be from new money coming into the space or just money changing hands within firms.
Absolutely, Casey. That's a very good point because there's quite a bit of money on the bench right now looking for opportunities to place that money into very good cost, return on investment opportunities.
That's interesting. So that might be an indicator that the investment community at least thinks that we've bottomed out in the pricing.
I think there's been some stability. I'm not going to say $50 is where it's going to sit, but there may be some wiggle room in that. But I think it's definitely looking a little more optimistic about the direction of where pricing may be going.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing. You know, the fundamentals are getting better, but they're certainly not shooting up. It's a slow creep back to being in a good market.
This is the 14th conference. I got to attend the 13th with you. In fact, that's where the keynote speaker was the guy that was trying to put Halliburton and Baker Hughes together.
Yep.
It was a real interesting presentation and sounded very exciting, and that thing just kind of evaporated. What's in store for the 14th conference?
The conference is organized and sponsored by the Houston chapter of CPAs, and it's actually put together by a very committed team of CPAs who are committed to the energy industry. There's about 30 people represented in the Energy Committee. It's been going on for 14 years. We're really excited about where we're at, and it's been gaining a lot of momentum the last few years as far as a lot of attention. The number of attendees have grown from over 200 3 years ago to almost 350 last year.
Wow.
And I think it's a testimony to those committed to the event and putting it together and gathering really some great speakers and covering some very diverse topics of what's going on in the energy industry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right, Brian. We're really trying to change the focus from being just a pure technical accounting conference into one that's more market-based. So it caters not just to your line CPA, but also to individuals in treasury, valuation, and all professional services, really.
Right.
Okay. I would guess that the Houston chapter of CPAs focused on energy might be one of the largest energy-focused organizations in the country.
I would agree with you. It's definitely becoming one of the more premier events here in Houston. And I think our goal of moving the event from the Norris Conference Center down to the Hilton Americas has been a step in definitely the right direction to creating more of a premier event for energy in the country.
Okay, so the location is the Hilton Americas. What's the date?
The date's going to be August 23rd this year, so make sure you mark your calendars.
Okay, and if somebody's interested, how do they find out more and how do they register?
They can go to www.houstoncpa.org, find out more information online, and they can also register online. Additionally, walk-ins are always welcome. The cost is $275 for Houston CPA Society members and $325 for non-members.
Okay, Brian, Casey, really appreciate the update and sharing your perspective.
Thank you, Russ.
Thanks.
Really appreciate it too.
You bet. And that wraps up my discussion with Brian Baumler and Casey Stewart.